Hi everyone, here's Abdul, and today we have a special video which I do twice a year, state of my watch collection, and this is for the summer of 2021. If you like this kind of content, please do leave a like, also subscribe. I usually make videos, English videos on Friday and Sunday, and upload also German videos on Wednesdays. All are uploaded at 4 o'clock, 4 p.m., 16 o'clock Central European Time. So if you want to be up to date, press the bell button, and then you will get notifications when I upload my videos. So today we have the State of Watch collection. Usually I put all the watches out, and this time I thought about putting them in all the different watch rolls, watch bags that I have, and I just went out of bags. I even had to wear this Rado because I had no place for it and leave the G-Shocks outside. So maybe I have to start with, maybe I'll start with the G-Shocks. I have here the Mudmaster GSG 100. Pretty cool watch. I only use it, to be honest, as a bedside clock because it's really big. It's like 50 something, 54 maybe, something like this in diameter. 52.8, yeah, 52. Yeah, it's just humongous. So lug to lug is just crazy. It's almost 60 millimeters. It's actually wearable on the wrist. Like I'll show you how it wears on the wrist, just because I want to show you. But it's I have a 17 centimeter, 6.69 inches wrist. So you can imagine that on my wrist it looks really big and has this flap, which I hate. But it's a present from my cousin, and that's why I'll keep it. I'll never sell it, because he's like my big brother, and he gave this to me as a present 2 years ago, and that's why I'm keeping it. Yeah, continuing with the quartz. Maybe go to the next G-Shock. Actually, here we go. The next G-Shock, the MTG 9000 with the inversed light, inversed display, and you can see it's this one fits pretty nice on the wrist. I really like the stealth look, all black, pretty cool, and definitely one of my favorite watches. Like definitely my favorite beater watch, because if you're wearing this one, nothing could happen to it, and you will always have time. They are both solar, so no changing battery, no opening it, which makes it much easier and much better. Continuing with the theme, this is my grandfather's Rado quartz. The quartz theme. I have a couple of quartz watches, and this is one of them, which was handed me down to my grandfather. As you can see, that you have the date, Sunday the 9th, and you have the time of the day with the ticking seconds. It's a pretty cool watch. It's diameter, I think it was 36, if I'm mistaken. 34 even. Okay, it wears bigger because it has 38 lug to lug, 18 lug distance. I actually never took it off the bracelet. I'm usually the person, the first to take it off the bracelet, but I do like this bracelet because it has a little bit of give, as you can see. So even if you're wearing it in the summer, you will definitely it will definitely expand with you. I'm not wearing it that much these days. I'm not very gold person, but sentimental value is, as you can see, it's my grandfather wore it to the max. Yeah, sentimental value in this watch is just priceless for me. Another sentimental watch for me is this Zenith. It's also a quartz watch, as you can see. The date is wrong. Maybe I have to take it out. Yep. Here you can see it has like a shape like a royal oak. has an integrated bracelet, a very thin watch, around maybe a couple of millimeters, 5, which is cool. And you have this all black with gold accents and the gold hands, which looks really nice, as you can see on my wrist. Also nice. Yeah. I think most of the other quartz watches, I either gave it to my wife or not wearing them anymore. So let's continue maybe with more watches that my grandfather left me. Yeah, this is definitely one of my all-time favorite watches. This watch was given to me by my grandfather as well, and as you all know how much I love watches. This was like the first watch that brought this Datejust as my favorite watch, because I saw him wearing this one and with the bracelet, of course, the two-tone bracelet, and I just fell in love with it. And I never asked him to borrow it like my sisters, because I know I don't want to wear something that's not mine and like just for showing off or something like this. My interest in it was purely in how it looks and how it feels. And when I wanted to have one, I wanted to have one for myself, which I did, which I purchased actually for myself, but this one was given to me by my grandfather. The one that I purchased for myself is this one. By the way, this is a 1976 1601. That's the reference number. You have rose gold and you have a Jubilee bracelet, which I removed it and I'm wearing it on this ostrich leather. You got here a buckle, a rose gold buckle for the watch. And for this one, this was actually my first, let's say, expensive watch. 2013, maybe 2014, when I started 2013 when I started working here in Germany. I saved up, got myself the Tudor, which I will show you. Here it is, Tudor Black Bay, the 79220R, the original Black Bay with the smiley dial at the movement. And I got it because I wanted to get a Submariner, but for some reason I felt that the Submariner was overdone at that time, which now it's in retrospect is not the best thing that I did, but I like this watch anyways. I love it. And yeah, I got this watch and I thought, okay, I saved money, because Submariner at that time used was like 4,500, and I got this for like 300, something like this. And I thought, yeah, I have more money to spend on watches, which I then saved up more, and I got myself this Datejust, the 16234, white gold bezel, Jubilee. I think it's 1997 model, and it's one of my favorite watches to wear. I almost take it everywhere I go, because it's just so simple, but very elegant, and definitely Datejust is one of these perfect watches that can do everything, in my opinion. Also, it has a tritium dial, which is something I really like as well. Oops, that might not be a better idea. Yeah. Oh, maybe I'll leave it like this. So the next watch on the list, maybe, yeah, one of my new additions actually. Oops, sorry, not so new. I think you saw it in the last State of Watch collection. If you didn't, here's the link for it. And you have here the 16570 Explorer II from 1994. I put it on this white rubber B bracelet on the original clasp, and one of my favorite combinations of any kind of watch, to be honest. The Polar Explorer, sorry about that, Polar Explorer on the rubber B just looks really nice. Very understated, very cool, You have the GMT. What can you ask more from a sports watch? Yeah, so I have these empty, so I can remove them from here. Maybe I'll take this one also. And you have here, I have here actually two watches. I have here my Tudor Submariner 94400 from 1984. It's a 33.5 millimeter dial, but to be honest, on my 17-inch wrist, it actually looks good. From far away, you cannot tell the difference between it and a vintage sub or something like this. It just looks really nice. And my wife wears it a lot because she likes the combination. So and also the that's not too big, because all my other watches are for her too big. I actually made a video about what kind of watches my wife likes, because a lot of people ask me like, yeah, what kind of watches does she wear? And she wears mostly vintage square watches and smaller watches. She doesn't like bigger watches. Yeah, we have a Sinn. I have the Sinn 356 Fliga 2 with a Salomon dial. You have here the date and the chronograph configuration. You have in the back the Celita 500, as you can see it here. One of these very cool watches. And yeah, next up, get something old still. One of my favorites, the Alpinist, Seiko Alpinist SARP 017 on this new paratrooper bracelet strap. Very cool watch, and one of these watches that can do everything, to be honest. This one is one of the watches I really like to travel with because you can wear it, you can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can go to the beach with it. 20 meters water resistant, 200 meters water resistance, so you can swim with it with comfort. Another watch that I got also recently, but actually I will not keep in my collection because it will be my mother's gift when I go back home, is this Datejust Chronograph 1625 from 1969. As you can see, I put it on this crocodile leather strap. Beautiful shape. As you can see, the condition is crisp. You can feel the knobs on the crown until now, which usually are eaten away. And you can see here the crown. The case is really nice, polished and everything. Pretty cool watch. I really like it. I think I will add one myself in the future as well. So, going then to another very cool and quirky watch, this Raketa Copernicus, where you have the Earth and Jupiter. As the Jupiter turns around 12 times slower than the Earth, and you have some kind of like aeronautics and space themed watch, which I really like. This is also one of the watches I really like to wear, especially when I want to go somewhere when I know everybody's wearing a very special watch, expensive watch. I wear this one because most of them don't know it, and then they come and like, oh, what's this watch? I never seen it before. And then I explain the history behind it, instead of wearing a watch that for them it's cheaper than what they are wearing, or somehow a normal watch that nobody cares about. I'd rather have something special than instead. Another special watch is this Seiko 1963. It's a manual wind chronograph. You have here the Venus clone movement that Seagull made after buying the Venus machinery after the Quartz crisis. I put it on this white rubber strap because it looks really nice with the reverse panda configuration. And yeah, you have the red seconds hand. Pretty cool watch. Also very nifty, and also when you wear it, nobody knows it, or tends. If somebody knows it, I tend to like them more and more, because then they are deep in the hobby, let's say. So one of my latest additions actually is this one, the Steel Dive SD1970 Captain Willard homage. And I bought it with the Kanagawa dial. Kanagawa dial is a fully loomed dial. This is my second fully loomed dial after the Fortis, as you can see. And after I sold my my bronze watch, and I gave up a couple of watches as well, I thought I need a new beater watch. Not that this beater watch is doing great and everything, but I thought a beater watch that's automatic and with a bezel, so basically a diving watch. I really like the shape, the size, and everything. It's a pretty decent watch, I have to say. So going to the trio that we have here, I'll just leave them as is like this, or actually I'll take them out. Yeah, this Tempomat watch roll is one of the worst watch rolls I've ever got. You will see why. Here's one side, and here's the other side. So you can see the quality is definitely really bad. I contacted them and they were like non-responded. I contacted the seller on eBay and he was like, it's not my problem. And yeah, that's what's happened when you get something that you think it's a good buy and then you get cheated out of a good product. Definitely one of the worst watch rolls. Never buy Tempomat, guys. It's really bad. So here we go, put it on the side. Here we have the Orient Tristar with the Arabic dial. We have the Seiko 5 with the Arabic dial. Maybe I'll just move it a bit so it goes out of the 12 o'clock. I hate this happens when the watches are left and then perfect. So here the Arabic, and this one as well. This watch, and you all know this is my Fortis. If you watch the channel, it's my first Arabic dialed watch and my favorite as well. It's a diver, 200 meters, also fully loomed dial, pretty cool, as you can see. Oh, maybe I have to give it a bit more charge. Here we go, blue. And on this paratrooper NATO, it's very cool to wear on the beach. Here we go. Going then to one of also my favorite watches, Nomos Club Campus. It's the Amsterdam limited edition from Ace Jewelers. As you can see it on the back, limited edition to 75 pieces. And I put it on this Marlon Brando rubber strap to give it this cool dressy look, but it's 100 meter water resistant, so you can swim with it. So it's definitely a swimmer, and definitely one of these watches that can do it all. So going to some special watches, some vintage watches. I have here my Alpina dress watch from the 1950s, and you can see it has a engraved indices, which looks like a Patek Philippe Calatrava actually from far away, and that's why I kept this watch. I actually wanted to buy a Calatrava, and then I thought, why would I buy a Calatrava when I have this, which is 10% of the price, but gives me almost 90% of the enjoyment of a Calatrava. And that's why I kept it in my collection, and not going to sell this one as well. Another special vintage one is this Eldor Genève. As you can see, a chronograph, has I think a Landron 72 movement inside, dual yeah, you have the two sub dials. You have the 30 minutes and you have the chronograph seconds and the running seconds on the left hand side. It's an oversized chronograph at that time, which means it's like around 38 millimeters, which is at that time was oversized. Oh, sorry, 36.5 actually, 36. Yeah, so it's maybe 37 millimeters, which is at that time oversized. Pretty elegant watch. As you can see when I put it on the wrist, it looks just right. Yeah, the last two watches actually are very special as well. We have here another vintage watch, another one. It's an actually anonymous watch, so I have no idea who made it. It has an AS a movement inside. It's an automatic from the 70s, 76. I bought it on an auction, an online auction, and the shape, the case shape, and the movement are very cool. The case is made in Germany. The movement is also a German movement. It's a pretty cool one as well. And when I wear it, I always get compliments on it as well. And to end up the state of the watch collection, I'm ending it up with my Seiko 5 Perpetual calendar. You can see the inner bezel moving. To set up, you have the date, and the date of the month. So you have a mechanical perpetual calendar. When I did my research, there were only 4 brands that did this mechanical complication, and Seiko 5 was one of them, and this is the 7019 and 6070. That's the reference number from 1976. You have here the blue, and I found this strap that I actually had for my Timex, which I sold. It goes just perfect because it has the double blues. It has the blue and the baby blue, and the dial has the blue and the baby blue as well. So it's just a perfect match for the watch. So let me put this one maybe here. I think you can see them all now. Yes, I think so. So this is my watch collection at the moment, as you can see. And yeah, I'm thinking about adding more or less more independent watches in the next times. And then this year I'm talking to a couple of independent watchmakers to make some kind of special watch. I'm also talking to a watch artist or artisan in Iran that makes watches with like precious metals and stones, to try out one of these artistic watches. Yeah, and I think also I'm keeping most of these watches. Not a flipper per se for the main collection. I usually get like watches like these two might get sold or might get gifted in the next years. Other than that, it's all more or less like a stable collection at the moment. Maybe if I got higher pieces that I need to then drop down some of the other pieces, but there are pieces that I will never sell, like this one as well, the Explorer, this one as well, because I have a lot of and this one, a lot of memories with these two as well. The Nomos as well, because it's a pretty awesome watch. So as you can see, there is a lot of emotional connection to my watches, so it's pretty hard to decide which one to sell and which one to keep. But that's why more or less I have a stagnant collection from the last State of the Watch collection, as when you find the watch that just speaks to you and you like it, so why should you change? So thank you so much for watching, and if you have any question about any of these watches, please leave them in the comment below. Also, this is an invitation to like and subscribe, and hopefully see you in the next one. Have a great one, guys. Bye bye.